So welcome everyone. We are at the end of the 46th week of 2019, and this is the Eternity's development update and researchers call. We do it once a week, like a public stand-up, and we talk about our progress in different products that we currently develop or that are getting developed across the ecosystem. Every week also different people are joining, and I think it's very nice if you want to stay up to date about the most development that is happening in the Eternity ecosystem. So I'd like to start today with the core protocol, and I would give Sergey the word. You are muted, Sergey.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi everyone. So this is the week when we released our 5.1.0 release, the first release after the Lima hard fork. And since Lima hard fork seems to be going smoothly and without big issues, we just continue business as usual. So we're implementing features which we plan to release in 2 weeks, in our 2-week cycle for the 5.0 release. And currently we're working on finalizing our garbage collector for the state, which should allow to apply garbage collector. Some information is pruned, but for the normal operation of the node, it should be enough, and the size of the state will become like orders of several magnitudes smaller. Then also we are working on optimizing our sync. I mean, we are aware that our sync could be better. That's why we have one person working full time on tweaking the sync here and there and trying to make it faster. And then we also have started our work on implementing additional crypto primitives in Fate so that we could start implementing like more advanced crypto functionality in which would be supported by Eternity. Like our long-term vision would be nice to provide tools for implementing zero-knowledge proof, efficient zero-knowledge proofs in our, like using our smart contracts language. But to make it fast and robust, we would implement a number of cryptographic functions and mathematical functions which can make it easier and faster. And yeah, of course, state channels, we have always like I think 4 people working full time on state channels, and they just like making tweaks here and there. But I think we have Olive Rieger, so he is in much better position to cover it in more detail.
Actually, in terms of sound quality, I think Dimitar is better positioned.
Oh, okay. And I also see that we have Carol, who is working right now on garbage collector, and Yuri, who is doing the tweaking of the sync. So basically, we have the most interesting people here in the call.
Great.
This is it.
Great. Yeah, I would also, continue with maybe with you, Carol. I mean, I think it's interesting here and important to outline. I think the important or the bigger components that we are working on, and like say a few words on the progress and why we are working on this. So Carol, please go along. Sergey already made an intro.
Hi. So regarding garbage collection, the current state is that it's ready to be merged. The tests, a lot of tests were done. There is still some issue not directly related to garbage collector when we're writing nodes to the database. This is something Tino is working on. So once his PR is merged, then we can redo all these tests again and then finally merge garbage collector. Other than that, this week I was mostly working on supporting kind of introducing emerging primitives into bytecode and Sophia compiler we need for NES update functionality from Sophia. So all the supporting work is there. The main PR is not yet there, as that has most of the work and heavy lifting. So this is something which I think will land in master next week.
Cool, perfect. One thing, because I have you here in person now, on Monday there will be a call with one of the leading people around this Lumen project again, and I know you're also interested in. I will ping you to and also invite you to this, and of course other people who are interested in this topic too. But let's first continue. Thank you very much, Carol, and yeah, get a few words from Uri on the sync.
Hi everyone. So yes, I've been looking into sync and how to improve the speed. And basically what I found out is that we have just a single Erlang process that is adding blocks to the storage, to the database. And also this process performs some checks or block validations. And these block validations can be done outside of this process and spread among other processes, namely peer connections. So basically, we can take these validations from a single process and spread them among more processes, and these validations will be done in parallel, which will speed them up. And at the same time, it will offload this conductor process, and the end result should be that the sync will become faster. So
Right.
this is this is still work in progress. I have, I think, most of the code written, but still without tests. And I hope that the next week I will be able to open a PR for it. And that's all from my side.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And
Quick
thank you also
question:
for,
Are
yeah.
you utilizing this approach with which Happy already proposed some time ago, or did you have like new ideas in this?
I don't know about the approach.
Okay, yeah,
Can you
yeah.
tell
No,
me more about it?
Happy proposed like basically multi-thread transaction validation. The issue there was then that you had to estimate then whether like two transactions might potentially basically refer to changing the same state. Most likely, like it is done also on CPUs. And he said like
Yeah, but we are talking about sync now for now. So it's mainly about
no,
sync.
for sync it also applies the same. You need to validate the transactions, and if you just do it on multi-threading, like on multi-threading principle, then you one validation does not know about basically the other, and if they like refer to the same state, then things might like collide and you will have to undo it, and this costs then some extra time. This was the reason why Happy hasn't implemented it yet. That's why I was just wondering if it refers to the same work which he has already done, or how the issues that he found were resolved here. Just pure
No, it's a good information, Nikita. Maybe Uri can just reach out to Happy. I think you also have his email address, and he's also on dev chat. So yeah, validate this. Thanks for the input. Cool. Yeah, I still look forward with this round here, Nikita, and yeah, also maybe please reach out to Uri directly and write him a few lines about this, and then he can look into it. I'd go next. I would say in the core protocol, and as Ulvige's microphone is not that perfect as it is in the mornings on the stand-up calls today, I'd go with Dimitar. So Dimitar, please tell us how your week has been.
Well, Sergey made a small intro regarding that we have some tweaks in the channels, but those are rather big changes. The reconnect approach had been completely redesigned. It's much more user-friendly now. Each channel's state is encrypted on disk as it was before, but now it's more user-friendly. So we are working in providing easier user adoption and easier transfer from channel state from one node to another. So Alice, this is not yet done, but this is a prerequisite for Alice to take her state from node A and move it to node B and continue with her state channel from then on. Another thing that Alexander found was there can be a race condition. When we have off-chain and on-chain world, there could be an issue with nonces, for example. So Alice prepares an on-chain deposit in her state channel with Bob, but suddenly Alice produces a new transaction that is on-chain. So she spends some tokens somewhere. And if those transactions have the same nonce, we should be prepared for a fallback mechanism. So we're working into providing a solution for this, but this is a big task actually. Also, Tino was working in database optimization, so not really channels. But yes, we're really excited about the ID thingy and this. Well, it's not really bug; it's more or less a feature that we're currently developing.
This is always the right path to go, and it's good to see how much this testing and work from Alexander and this test suite he is building is really helping to flush out things in the whole state channel area. And yeah, it's good to see this improving. Thank you, Dimitar. I'd go to one of our wallets now, or like the wallets in the eternity system, which is AirGap. And I see you, Andy, here having your camera up and running. So please give us a short update from your side.
Hello. Yes, so this week we were mostly focused on preparing the releases of both the vault and the wallet. We have a big release planned, especially for the vault. It will include all the security fixes that were discovered in the official security audit. It will support multi-page QR, which is actually pretty cool to look at. I have a video and I'll post it in my update as soon as I find a platform to host it. Yeah, and just some smaller things. That are all bundled in one big release. Also, we have to organize the release with the base app, so there are minimal breaking changes throughout. Yeah, we also had an AEX call that was quite productive. We decided how we change the structure so the AEXs get moved forward more frequently and more just faster in general. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Perfect. Thank you. Also, I think it's super interesting with the security audits. We will have a meetup in Sofia on the first week of December, and there will also Stefan, who is not part of this call, will also make a presentation on his newest findings and work on the eternity protocol. This will also be recorded and shared later on, but this is still 2 weeks to go. Thank you very much, Andy, for this update. So let's stay with the wallets and have Milen give its update. Maybe Milen, as you have been hanging around with Stoyan for quite some time, I don't know if you have his update too. If yes, you are welcome. You are welcome to also tell a few words from that side.
Okay. So this week we've been working mostly on the tokens because after the last release we found some issues. We now fixed the bug, which was issue number 175 with the incorrect fields error when adding fungible token. And we also hand out both the AEVM and Fate registry contracts because after the Lima release, we had some issues with finding tokens deployed before the update with the previous token registry contract. Now this is handout. We've been working also on the problem I mentioned last week. Firefox Store is not allowing us to deploy to publish our new release because of the large files after the bundle. So we've been working on splitting those. This issue is partially solved. Now we are able to publish it, but there are some new issues popping up because of this. So now we are trying to fix this. And actually, after yesterday's call that Andy mentioned, we now have more progress on the AX2 merge into the master, and we will probably have the AX2 implementation merge into our next release or the next after the next week. Yeah. And regarding base app, I'm not sure if I have the whole update about them, but after the yesterday's call about the expansions, there was a call to this morning about this precise issue with the X2 merge, and I think the issues were now resolved, and Dennis from the base app is providing pull requests for most of the issues that they had. So they will be mostly merged in the next major release of the SDK, and we will have compatible wallets which are working for all applications on Eternity without like any specific configuration needed. I think also they had a new release which is improving the name system interactions, and yeah, I don't have any more information about that. So
cool, perfect. Yeah, I have spotted also send to name and all this kind of stuff is already working in the base app. So that's good. And I think the newest release is 0.17.2, and also for iOS users, it's I think important to note that there is currently no apps browser because Apple seems to be against browsers right now a little bit. And if you want to get all the new features, use the progressive web app. And we are working on also getting the iOS app updated with the apps browser. Okay, cool. Thank you, Milan, for that update. And then I will jump to Pivo, who is using the whole stack and building the Graffiti and the governance app and using the SDKs and so on and so on. So please, Pivo, tell us how your week has been and what problems you run into and what new stuff got shipped.
So beginning of the week, the first topic that we did work on is we built a small landing page for the Graffiti app and updated the Graffiti app to work with the Lima hardware, which went quite well. So if you go to graffitieternity.com right now, you will find the landing page that explains a little bit how you can participate in the global artwork. The second topic is the governance app. Also, about a month ago, we had some public testing sessions on this. This was still running on a EVM and was not Lima compatible. We made a few small fixes to be compatible to the Lima release and saved virtual machine to get all the nice efficiency improvements, and did release the governance app to mainnet in a kind of a testing mode, as for now the Eternity Crypto Foundation doesn't have a statement yet on how to interpret results from a poll in the governance app. And additionally, ledger support for contract calls is not quite finished yet. So this may distort the results of voting, as a lot of tokens probably live on ledgers. And also with the ledger, we have some news from the base app team. They were working on an update. As with the Lima release, we can now use all transaction types with ledger. So they made an update. I was testing it just today, and it works quite well. Now they have to finalize and test a little bit more. And in the upcoming weeks, there will be a new release. And with this, we can also do contract calls from, for example, for the governance app. Yeah, this was my update.
Great. Can you also say a few words? Because this morning in a stand-up call, I've heard you already reviewing the upcoming new updated white paper from Thomas Arts, what you have read and found, and you like it, or like just a few words on that?
Yes. So today in the morning, Thomas Arts proposed a new white paper for Eternity, where he describes all of the components that Eternity has right now in a visionary paper, and it also describes technical how it works and how it all works or comes together to be the Eternity protocol. So I gave him a few hints where I think there were some details to be left to be included, or where it was maybe too detailed to fit the concept of the paper, and also some small technical things, and also some hints what is like a good abstraction when people speak about blockchain in general that he can maybe include to make it better understandable. But yeah, I like it. It's very good, and when he will release it, it will be great.
Great, fantastic. Yeah, I haven't had time to read it yet, but that's definitely for my weekend. It's already stored in my pocket. So thank you, Philip, for that. Maybe one more question, because your face is next to Andy's face. Will the governance app also sooner or later be supported through AirGap somehow, that people who have their tokens at AirGap or in a vault? I mean, it should work right now, right? Connecting the vault to the base app and then go to the governance app and vote. Is this a possible thing?
I guess it should. I will definitely try it out. I haven't tried it yet. But also what we will do from governance app side is to make our interfaces and the APIs that we use and how to use the contract properly. I mean, it's all source, but we will write some nice documentation. So
yes, please.
Also AirGap or Wallet or anybody else will free to build their own interface showing the same data eventually.
Yes, this would be really nice. I'd love to see not only this one governance app, but maybe something at maybe AirGap or whoever wants to integrate, show the results or give people the chance to, on some sort of way, participate through their application. Great. Yeah, thank you very much.
The upcoming week in general is to improve documentation and to give some guides on how people can verify the results themselves without trusting us, and how to run their own governance server and components for their own polls eventually, or for running our polls and checking it on their server.
Thank you very much, people. Cool, great, good update. Thank you very much. So next in line is Christian and the DevSuite or AE projects team. So Christian, good to have you here, and different face from your team. And usually Martin hangs out with us here on the Friday. Yeah, please give us a short update on from your side, and also maybe if there are new things from the token migration. But as far as I saw a lot of very happy faces and writing me personal messages, even that they are happy that everything is working. So I haven't seen someone crying. Please give us a short update.
Yeah, happy to hear that. Hello from my side. As you said, from the DevSuite team here. So I really hope you hear me well, as the connection is going up and down. I didn't manage to hear everything. Yeah. So what we have worked this week so far, we just released new version of the contracts app. Also we updated the playground Monaco plugin to support the latest version of Sophia syntax. Also some tweaks like added auto closing brackets, revised keywords to support the latest Sophia syntax, and updated the SDK version to the latest one. Also, we have been working on the issue opened by Pivo to support default the compiler file project to support the default libraries. Also, we have been working on the JetBrains plugin for Sophia language. We managed to fix the redundant Ethereum messages on some screens in the token migration, as you said. Also, we had the investigation on the invalid transactions in the beginning of the week, and we fixed the issue on the result screen. So we added a new field, so you could see the token migrated in the latest phase individually, as previously there was informational message which displayed the collectives manually. We managed to update the datetime library to support the latest node and the SDK version, and also the app contracts. And that's pretty much it from our side.
Cool, thanks a lot. And for this update, also one thing, people reached out to me from, for example, Ocean Protocol and some other projects that also had initially their tokens on ERC20 Ethereum and then migrated either to a different blockchain network or launched their own blockchain network. And we got lots of props actually from left and right from many people that said that Eternity handled these token migrations pretty well. The first one and also now the second one. And I think it's also a thing that everyone can kind of be proud of, because I know that everybody was kind of hands-on here, like from core through the wallets, through you guys. And yeah, I think we handled this all well, and hopefully there will be no bugs or anything show up in the future. So thanks for your update. Yeah, next to you is Daniela. Mainly or like working on the Elixir SDK team. And I have good news for you. You have asked last week if the Eternity Crypto Foundation can cover travel to Berlin for the SDK hackathon here. That is a goal. I just received it 2 minutes ago. So this is good for you. And please give me your update about what's going on in the Elixir SDK team.
Hello, everyone. My update regarding Elixir SDK. This week we were working on compatibility release check on Eternity Node version 5.1.0, adding more descriptive and more user-friendly documentation, so it should be much easier for people to understand what functionality we have, which functions and examples we implemented in our SDK. Bug fixing Forever Iron's hackathon example, so it would work as intended. Forever Irons is a small showcase prototype project which is built in Elixir by using Eternity Elixir SDK. This application automates all the activities needed to hold a name in Eternity blockchain. We also made a post in Eternity forum regarding it. We also made a new release of our SDK, improving overall performance of the SDK. Currently, we are working on adjusting contract code transaction gas price calculation and testing it. This is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And also thank you for always preparing for this call and giving this good updates. I see a guest who hasn't been here for quite some time. It's Peter, who was working, I think, a month ago to get the integration for the general bytes. I think you're still stuck with it, but maybe you can say a few words. And nice to have you here as a guest.
Hi, Emin. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I wasn't here past few weeks. We're still stuck with General Bytes. They said that they would release a new way of plugging extensions by the end of the first week of November, and also finalize the pull request for merging to the master branch. Yet we have no word from them. Still waiting to see what's gonna happen. And that's on our side.
Yeah, thank you for this update. I mean, don't be encouraged by that. It's like this in a decentralized environment. You cannot always force the other party. Yeah. Let's hopefully you will get to the end of it. If not, then we will just have this as a nice learning, and maybe we can publish a nice article, or you can publish a nice article on the path to this integration, so other people who are interested to do something similar can follow your examples and learn a little bit from the stuff that you have done. So next one, I also see Omar here from Uruguay. Omar, welcome. What's going on in Uruguay? Oh, nice.
Hey,
good to see you.
I'm showing off of the good weather.
Yes.
So in our side is everything fine. We are starting working on the design for the Cannabis app and the rest of the platform. I hope that next week we will have something to show, so we can share some cool designs about the traceability of cannabis and some other surprises.
Nice. To add can you maybe just add 2 more sentences what this app is exactly all about? Because I mean, not every time everybody is listening, just that people are aware.
Sure. What we are going to do is inside the cannabis plantation, there is the close, how it's called, the vernaculars. I don't remember the exact name. I will fill out. We will be following all the life cycle of the cannabis plants from almost the seed until they are packaged. So we are going to get all the information about the treatments, about when we do the cuts to the plants, and who's going to give those treatments, everything. Some of those parts are going to be made with IoT devices, just to be sure that the person that is doing the service is the one that has the ID on his phone, and all that is going to give us all the history, all the information. So if we need to go back and ensure that somebody did any treatment or something goes wrong with some treatment, there is problems with some, I don't know, part of the plans, we can check it on aeternity blockchain. That's the general idea. And hopefully at the end, the customer will also have that information in his pocket.
Cool. Thank you very much, Omar. Yeah, looking forward to see the results here. And yeah, cool. Thank you. And Andrea, you came late, but last but not least, and Nikita, I haven't forgotten you, but I still go with Andrea first as he is representing the SDKs. And I for sure also has a few words to the middleware to say. So please let us know what's the update. And unmute yourself, please, so we can hear you.
Yeah, better now? Okay, so we start with the middleware. There was a release this at the beginning of this week, the 0.11. Also, the middleware repository has been renamed to Eternal. That will be its official name from now on. And well, most of the work now is solving small problem of performance, but they are like significant when for the middleware scope. For the SDKs, and I'm talking now about the Go, Python, and JavaScript. So we had an internal workshop last week, and we have been working on the output of this internal workshop between the SDKs team to write blog posts about examples that we have developed during the the workshop, and about and on the other side, we have been also working on the documentation and a few features that we hopefully going to be ready to release soon. And on last thing I want to add about the expansion. We have been also working on the expansion side, and we should have soon the AX2 resolved and merged. And AX2, it's important because this is the standard of communication between wallet and application. So this is a very big thing and has been very longly debated, but we should be close to a closure. So this is everything from my side.
Very nice. Very nice. Very good news. And thank you for the update, Andrea. And now, last but not least, Nikita, welcome. Good to have you here. What is bothering you the past days?
Yeah, so over the past week, I was not working actually hands-on because the main reason was that we were in Rwanda and meeting government representatives from their Rwandan Information Society Authority. This is a bureau which is in charge of like digitalization and belongs to the Ministry of Information Technology. They actually have such a thing. This is brilliant. And mainly there for capacity building and future partnerships, also for education programs, but they were really interested also highly in what we're doing with Eternity. That's why my big push for native tokens and state channels on mobile. Mostly I was busy with facilitating the communication to the Lumen CEO and helping out people to get this AX2 thing finally nailed down. Yeah, because there was enough time of discussions finally with results, and so it was a really good news to hear this is happening right now. Yeah, glad to be back on my desk and finally starting to implement the feedback that I got from the usage of Fire Editor in the hackathons that took place a couple of days ago. Some really interesting stuff that I wouldn't have thought on my own. So yeah, be ready for also some good old coding work also from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I will reach out to you because of the Lumen thing a little bit later today, like after this call. And I think we went through everyone here, 36 minutes. And yeah, thank you very much. It was very interesting, like always. And thank you for showing up, and yeah, have a nice rest of the day and a good weekend. And I'm really looking forward to see you again next Friday. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Rob.
Bye.
Yeah.